Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Atomfall. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 8 and we're now inside the Interchange from the Scathermore side. And right away there are two soldiers who are going to be pathing in different directions and we need to take them down.
Orders be blowed.
So go around and get them. And then, what do we have here? Let's do this. Switch you with that. Switch you with that. I got some meat. Nice. We'll take that. Cool.
Hey, you're out of bounds, sir.
Hey, buddy. Hey! How many times do I have to shoot you? Loser. Shotgun. Yeah, now all of a sudden all this ammo that we've been having to pass up, we don't have to pass up anymore. It's like, give it to me. I need all of it now. I gotta get re-ammo upped. Let's just eat these. What else is back here? Anything? There's an office back on this side. And there's this kiosk area, this desk area. Scrap. Water, which doesn't do us any good. There's this office. And there's training stimulants time 3. Nice. Cantor brandy, scrap, meat that we can eat. And a ladder we can take. There's also a set of stairs down around the other way. And we're here. That's the stairs, right? Okay. There's an elevator that doesn't work. And the interchange. Our pneumatic. Want to help us out a little bit here, buddy? Give us... We don't need to store all these batteries here. Well, let's hold on to them. We're going to grab that and a bandage. A couple of Molotovs.
Access denied. Unauthorized Access granted. The interchange.
A little glue to sniff. And there's our friend. Oh, man. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, you guys are devastating. There he goes. He falls over. Thank God. That's why when you come through Scathermore, which is the highest of the... It's got... I don't know. I don't want to call it high level, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like the most difficult zone, really. You're going to see the most difficult critters. But then you're in here. Right there. And this is Data Store Bravo. So, what we're going to do wander up to here and get a little jump scare. First time that happened, I crapped my pants.
Access granted. Central processor.
Well now, it all starts to make sense. My liberator approaches. Many thanks to you. My apologies for running off like that, but discretion seemed very much the better part of valor at the time.
Well, that prison had a lot of security for a harmless scientist.
Oh, pure military excess. I'm entirely harmless, I assure you. They were just rather dismayed when I demonstrated a much greater affinity for their technology than was their experience, the Philistines. What were they expecting? I designed the stuff, after all. Things have certainly changed since I left the site. I never intended to return to so much fuss, and, least of all, a jail cell.
I see. Well, but the site was quarantined. How'd you get out in the first place? Why'd you decide to return?
Unfinished business, you might say. Nothing you need to concern yourself.
Oh, really?
Look at what we built! I couldn't just leave it all behind, could I? I must say, I wasn't expecting garlands and adoring crowds to mark my return, but being thrown into jail was a little much. Lucky for me that you popped by. And you have found your way into the Interchange too. I am impressed. When quarantine was enacted after the disaster, I wondered if I'd ever see the inside of this facility again.
So just what is this place? The Interchange.
This is a fruit of the last war and the cold one that followed it. The beating heart of research into Oberon and the advantages it might provide to Britain. Slate caverns originally, but given over to science quickly enough when the government realized the significance of what we discovered here.
And who or what is Oberon?
Oberon is at the root of all our troubles here. It's also unwise to ask about it. You've seen a great number of things that are none of your concern already. Really, I should be asking you just how on earth you got inside a secured facility. But since you helped me out of my little bit of trouble, what with the soldiers and the imprisonment and so forth, I shall do you the courtesy of pretending that you are perfectly within your rights to go gallivanting around secret government facilities. In all honesty, I really don't care where you came from. All I care about now is taking care of some business and then getting out of here.
I want out of here too. Perhaps we can make a deal.
I'm sure you do. You don't belong here, do you? Much like myself. Well, perhaps we can help each other. There is something you might be able to assist me with. Very well. A little quid pro quo is in order. Help me, and I shall help you. My research notes are still here in my office, and it is vital I recover them. My office is in the lower level of the robotics section. You'll likely need the signal redirector to bypass the electronic security to get down there. And for heaven's sake, don't touch anything you don't need to. Can you manage that?
Very well. It's a deal. I'll get your notes.
Splendid. I'm sure it'll all go swimmingly.
So, she wants us to go into robotics, but first we need to open up the last remaining door in this place. And going out the way we came, through Data Store, Bravo, and Scathermore is a bad idea. So we're going to head out through Casterfell Woods, and we're going to go back to Slattendale, and we're going to open it up from that end. Alright, I've cut out the boring part of just walking through Windham for all you folks, and now we're going to try to move to the Interchange from this side, And there are a number of bad guys over here. So, do I have any grenades I can use? I have one Molotov that I can toss. Okay. Let's put it there.
Don't be daft.
I have to go through you guys. Uh-oh. And then we got dudes coming from that direction. What's that guy got up there? That's got a gun.
Let's not have a Barney.
Let's not have a Barney. Like Barney Rubble?
Don't go asking.
Those guys
for
will
trouble.
get involved.
Get it.
Weapon down.
Oi, heads up.
That's right.
Come here, buddy.
Come on, you.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, Christ.
Bombs away.
No bombs away here. That's why you gotta love that mace. For outlaws and druids, it's a one and done. I mean, the axe is too, I guess. But this will be valuable later. Because there are some enemies later on that are going to take some hits. We're going to see them soon. Alright, to the Slatindale Interchange side. And if you remember, in the very first episode, we helped that scientist and we gave him a bandage. And you don't have to give him a bandage, but if you do, he leaves you this, to the stranger in the bunker. You showed me kindness, and now I'm returning the favor, albeit in a small way. My head cleared for a short time thanks to your generosity, but it won't last long. I can't stay. I hope for your sake that we don't meet again. Take this as thanks. May it help you reach Windscale, where the truth waits to be uncovered. You must find the truth. Find it and escape for all of us who cannot. And he leaves you this backpack. It's got a few nice things. 2 training stimulants, so that it's worth it to give him a band-aid for 2 training stimulants. Pistol ammo and a first aid kit. Very nice. And we should take a look at what we got. We got 12 skills. Okay, what are we not using right now? What do we not have? Crafting speed I don't care about. Buff duration is kind of nice. Seasoned Brawler gets you reduced heart rate at the cost of melee attacks. Increased damage by heavy attacks. I kind of want that one. Firearms focus. Increases firearm damage when your heart rate is low. Reduces sway. Reduces weapon fire recoil. We're going to grab this. It's worth 6. It costs 6. Reduces firearm sway. And we're going to grab that one. Because we're probably going to wind up fighting some robots. What do we have here? All of this. Okay. Explosive lure. Oh, we can take that. Let's grab that and a couple more Molotovs. I got an idea. Charlie. And the strange tonic. Let's do that. Alright. Anything else in here that we need? Nope. Let's open her up.
Access denied. Unauthorized. Access granted. The interchange.
Resolved a bunch of leads with that one. So this area is neat. There are going to be a bunch of bats who are going to come at you. Right there, you can hear them. You don't need to waste time fighting them. Just get out of there. There were 2 cannons there, automated turrets. Those are going to turn on in a little bit here. What do we got over here? Scrap. Okay. So let's go open her up from this side.
Access granted. Central
There we go. Now, let's go open up C section first. Data store Charlie. Bunch of stuff in here. Scrap. SMG ammo, we like that. Shotgun ammo's full. Got what? A bottle? Okay. What is this over here? Is this something? No. And this is really neat. I like this. Stuff a battery in there. And there's Oberon. And that's what the internals to this place looks like. There's medical.
Quarantine has been lifted in this sector.
Access to medical. So, shotgun ammo. More and more shotgun ammo.
Status report. Systems requiring maintenance. 27. Active on-site personnel. 0.
Active on-site personnel. 0. So, let's go get this open. I advise against opening most of these doors. Save yourself the trouble of creating more chaos. To get in here, to get in each one of these storage facilities, you need a card. The card is almost always really close by, sometimes on a dead body. And then that won't be enough because you actually have no power. You can see there's 4 lights. One of them's lit. There's a code for this one. You have to run around here and figure this out. So the code is 5742. 7. Where's 4? 4 and 2. We're lit. Wind scale. Protesters at the perimeter. I'm well aware of the presence of protesters at the outer perimeter helps to convince people that the wind scale is a legitimate nuclear facility, but that doesn't solve my problem with the daft buggers trying to get over the fence. Got a dozen new scientists arriving that need special vetting before next week, and I don't have the time to be dealing with these constant nuisance that these troublemakers represent. I know that the police in Windham aren't set up for this kind of thing, but my security team don't have the manpower either. Someone in Whitehall needs to come up with an answer pretty damn quick. Well, sounds like a personal problem. Do we have... Oh, yeah, let's do this. Doink. That'll allow us to pick up that ammo there, and there's going to be training stimulant, the burn salve recipe. Now we know how to make that if we need it. Pistol ammo. So you can see the storage containers don't typically, these data stores don't typically have a lot of stuff, but they will have training stimulants sometimes, and maybe all of them do. I don't know. I haven't paid attention. But they're certainly worth spending a little time on. Scrap, claw. So data store Charlie is lit up, which is great. Now let's go do Delta. They're all slightly different in their requirements. Although the number one thing that's the same for all of them is they need a battery. Same thing here. There's various pieces of stuff here. Data store Charlie. Let's go open her up. So no, say battery request at the Scathermore Depot. So if you get here and you're wondering how do I get batteries, there are some notes that tell you places where they are, but you should find them exploring the world anyway. Robotics.
Power restored in data store Delta computation. Quarantine has been lifted in this sector. sector. Access granted to robotics facility.
Key here is on a dead body that's up there, so we're gonna parkour our way over there.
Systems requiring maintenance. 27. Active on-site personnel. 0.
And you can hear a robot out there wandering around. And then the data store is down here. And the robot's right out there. And there's a crafting manual for, let's see, yeah, just crafting manual. But we already have this one, which is why we can't learn it. So, learn, don't need it, so drop it. There's 3 more training stimulants here, that's nice. Gun oil. Wind scale construction is nearly complete. Would appear that it have been largely successful in keeping the true objectives of this project classified. The fact that a small nuclear reactor has been constructed on site to meet the facility's power demands has helped sell the power plant lie, but we should not be complacent, especially given the uniquely sensitive nature of our endeavors. Perimeter security has also been increased since our friends in Chelatam picked up the encoded chatter about the facility and its purpose from the other side of the curtain. And another first aid kit. Nice. Okay. So Mother Jago wants us to search the tunnels under the medical facility for something. And we do want to go to medical. In fact, that's where we're going to go first. But let's see also about dealing with Alpha and opening up Beta. So you can see our little status report over here on what's going on. Bravo doesn't have a battery in it, and Alpha, we haven't checked the Alpha store yet. So remember that that area is polluted, and I said we needed a lure grenade. So we're gonna go try to do this. We don't know how to make a lure grenade, but we picked one up. We're gonna come hang out here. There are spores here. So let's do a quick save, and then what we're gonna do, we want to be able to grab these spores. At least that one over there. So down there, let's get our pistol out and waste a couple of shots here. These guys have to be exposed before you can shoot them and cause them to blow up, and these two are, fortunately. Okay, and then is there another one over there? I think there's one around the corner. But I can't see it. Can we get to it from here? There's a dead body down there. I'm almost certain there's a third one there that's going to blow up in our face. Oh, there's one right there. Come on. Pop. There we go. Alright. Let's do this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put the lure in number 1. Try to do this as fast as possible. Grab the body. He's got spores, which we want. We're going to use the storeroom key, and then we're going to vacate. We're going to lure grenade it. And now I got an infection. Alright, let's do this real fast. Grab this. Get in here. Bard crate. Hey, now. Get out of here. Bandage, first aid kit, bard crate. That's all of it. I can use a bandage though, since there's one on the ground. And then I want spores. So in order to grab the spores, we need to use another band-aid. Craft one of these. We grab those spores. We grab the spores off the body. More spores. Inventory full. All right. There's also something here with the metal detector, but I'm not going to bother with it. It's not going to... There's nothing in the metal detector crates that are game breaking. I think it's just... There's one in the outer world in Skethermore that I know gives you like a handful of grenades, and that was really nice, but... Other than that, I've never been wowed by what I saw in one of those containers. But anyway, Alpha's done. Now, since we have to go to robotics at some point in time. And which way is robotics? Let's see. Data store Charlie. That's lit up. Robotics is over here by Delta and Beta. Anyway. If you turn on the beta side, you get a second automated turret shooting at you. So I'd rather not do that. So when we need to go to robotics, which will be after we do the first part of medical, then after we're done with robotics, we'll turn on beta. So you're empty. Okay, so what we need to do is go through data store Charlie. This is the way to get to medical. It's the quickest way to get to medical, I should say. So you want to be at the same level as the battery here. And you need to open this door. You can hear the ferals. If you open that door, a bunch of ferals. Don't mess with it. Gotta come up the stairs, and the ferals you can hear are really... If you open that door, there's ferals. They're in here. You can see them kind of through the grate. Ferals. Don't mess with them. Save yourself the trouble. Only thing you need to do is this. We don't need to spend a lot of time in medical right now. We only need to do one quick thing. One quick trick. There's a pneumatic here. Don't mess with it. All we need to do is come in here and grab this. The church cellar key.
This is log, 28th of September, 57. I knew Dr. Holder was up to something. It's no secret he's been frustrated with the direction of our research, but this takes the biscuit. Last night, Edward let slip about a secret lab Holder has set up in Wyndham Village. Under the church, apparently. Of all places. For a month, he's been stealing samples, smuggling out lab equipment, and all with God as his witness. Worst of all, Edward knew because he was planning to join him. Holder's got himself a little rogue scientist brigade. I managed to convince Edward to give me a key to the place. Once this fever is down, I'll march over and confront Holder myself.
So Holder is the ending that... One of the endings I haven't done yet, and it's the one I want to do for this playthrough. But before we go see Holder, we need to go to robotics.
Hello? Hello? The instruments just registered an emergency access. Whoever's in here, I mean no harm. This is Joyce Tanner. I was part of the investigation team on Convoy 5. And, well, I don't know how you got into place, but it's bloody marvelous. I'm in Data Store Charlie. Get to me if you can.
So we met Joyce Tanner earlier in a bunker,
Oh,
and here
it's
she
you.
is.
We meet again. I gather that you're the one who's responsible for restoring the power supply here.
That'd be me.
Well, it seems I've greatly underestimated you. I'm sorry I was so dismissive of you before. I'd had so much trouble with this place. It just seemed incredible that anyone else might manage it. I've been trying to get in here for simply ages. I'd just about given up hope. To be perfectly frank, I only got in by shadowing you and tiptoeing in here after you. A tad underhand of me, I know, but just look at this place. Isn't it amazing?
Who exactly are you, Joyce? Why are you here?
My, but you're full of satiable curiosity, aren't you? Well, I've nothing to hide. There was an expeditionary convoy sent in a few months ago, and Muggins here was seconded to it. I'm a communications specialist. Girl boffin, the squaddies call me. They needed us ladies to hold up the science end of things. I was drafted in, along with a Dr. Garrow. They say she was a big name here, before the disaster. Anyway, the expedition did not go swimmingly, let me tell you. We barely made it into Slatten Dale when the bridge was blown out from under us, and the convoy wrecked. Before we knew what was happening, we were beset by a horde of whooping maniacs in masks. It was awful.
Well, were there any other survivors?
I doubt it. Our helicopters fared even worse. The interference field around this whole site brought them down. I think I may well be the sole survivor of the convoy. But things are certainly looking up now we're in here. Isn't it a remarkable sight? The Interchange in all its glory. I was beginning to think I'd never see the inside of it. Think of all the secrets that might be hidden here.
Well, interesting. What will you do now that you're here?
I'll do what I'm best at. Tinkering around with other people's kit. The important thing is that we're in here, and I cannot overstate my delight that you managed it. Now, finally, there's a chance I can get into the communication systems proper. And listen, we don't need to trust each other just yet. But maybe we can work together. It's a bit of a two-person job, this.
I'm listening.
Look, if I can get a message through the interference field, I should be able to sort out an exit for us. I'd need a whole array of transmitters to punch through the interference, though. There are a few radio towers across the area that should do the trick. I've restored power to them, but I seem to be locked out of their controls. The operators must have isolated the towers from the network when the quarantine was declared. But look, if you could find each tower and release the security lock, I can fiddle around this end and try to use the array to blast out a signal. Here, I'll give you map coordinates for each tower. Good luck. Do your best. And try not to get eaten by any goblins.
So Joyce gives us a little task, mess around with some radio towers. Chance to earn some more training stimulants. So what we really want to do, the lead we really want to follow right now is Dr. Garrow, who wants her research notes, which are somewhere in the robotics level. So that's where we're going to head. We're going to go through D. Should be able to get there. There's going to be a robot down there. Right there. And there's one laser. So you can see if you turn on beta over there and put a battery in it and access its data store and open that place up over there, you're going to end up with a second laser turret over there. So I'd rather only have one laser turret to deal with when we're trying to kill this robot. So let's see about getting that done. And then we can get to robotics. Scrap metal. All right. And it's gone. Just like that. And now this thing is going to look first and we're going to try to get past it. Bingo. We're going to turn that guy off. There we go. Oh, you say you've got something? Where? Where do you have something? Right in this direction? There'll also be another robot getting turned on. Oh, look who's here. Finding Frank and his signal redirector. Susan Wright. Temporary quarantine my ass. 2 full days since the explosion and still no sign of an evacuation plan. We need a guarantee. We need that device Dr. G was developing. She called it the signal redirector and used it to remotely fiddle with our power cables. Frank Stevens helped to make the device, and he might still be hiding out in robotics. Head down there and look for him, will you? I'm off to see why Emma's gone quiet on us. What do we have here?
Reminder for robotics personnel. Stand clear of the heavy lifters during operation. Don't be a popped Peter.
It's on the other side. Can I get back there? I don't know that I can actually get back there, can I? Doesn't look like it. Oh, right here. What do you got? Lunchbox. Glass and a Molotov cocktail. Oh, the Molotov would be nice, but I got all this other stuff. Alright. In that case, to robotics. Folks, I'm going to leave it here. End this episode as always. You know what to do. Questions, comments, leave them down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, tweak the algorithm, make YouTube work for us. I'll see you all next time, and until then, happy gaming, everyone.